Hello everyone, I'm Akshay Jain and this is a demo video on the SSRS where we are going to learn how we can create a map report. In order to give you this demo, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to display the election result on the map of the USA that indicate which party has won the election in which particular state. In order to generate this report, I'm going to use a data set that I have in my database training database where I'm having one table over here with the name election result that contain the data state name, state code, Democrats vote count and the Republican vote count. I'll just prepare one SQL statement over here on this table which will give me an output by comparing the Democrats and Republican vote count that which party has won the election in this particular state. Now, in order to build this particular report, I'm just going to go to my SSRS solution, and here in this particular solution I'm just going to add a new report over here. So I'm going over here and I'm just adding a new report where I'm just giving the report a name, let's say election summary. Oh sorry, I have just by mistake added a new report wizard. I'm just adding a new report over here and I'm just giving this report a name as an election result. Okay, now in this particular report I'm just going to use my data set as my training database. So I'm going to my data source and adding a new data source over here where my data source will be the SQL Server, and I'm just editing it with the details that my server name is going to be my local server name, that is Akshay-PC, and I'm selecting my database as a training database over here. After I select this, I can just say OK over here, and the next thing what I want to do is I want to add a data set over here that contains this result set. So for that purpose I'm just selecting this query and I'm just saying copy over here, and I'm moving to my report again where I'm creating a new data set, okay, and giving this data set a name like let's say DS map data. Okay, I'm using a data set embedded in the report and choosing my data source over here and writing a query over here. So this is a data set that will be created that contains the state name, state code and the election result. Now in order to generate the map visualization, I'm just going to move to my toolbox, and from my toolbox I'm going to select a map transformation. I'm just making a report a bit big so we can just see the things clearly. After I add it over here, I'm just going to drag and drop the map component from my toolbox to my report. Once I open the map component, it looks something like this, where by default when we install SSRS on our machine, a map of USA and its respective state is being loaded or it's being installed on a particular machine. Those installed map you can see over here in this map gallery. If you want to map for some other country like let's say United Kingdom or Europe region or India, you can just download it from the Microsoft website and you install it on your machine. Once you install it, you will be able to see those maps over here in the map gallery. Here you can just select the visualization that you want to select, either this kind of USA by state or state exploded or intact. I want to use let's say USA state exploded visualization, so I can just select it accordingly and I can go next. If you want to add a Bing map layer on your map, you can just add it from here. As of now I'm not going to add it, so I'm just going to go next over here, but I can just select the map visualization type, whether I want a basic map or a color analytical map or a bubble map. In our case, we want to visualize the color on the map that indicate which party has won the election where. So for that purpose I'm just going to choose the map visualization type as a color analytical map, and I can go to the next. Here I can select the data set which I want to use to visualize. So I'm selecting our data set where we have the result, and I'm moving next window. This window is very important. In this window we have these three tables. The second table contains data from the SSRS part, which says that SSRS report has a data that is some kind of state code in the column STATEFP, state code in the column STUSPS, and state name in the third column. The last table that we have, the third table with the name analytical data, that is the data that we are getting from the database. Now, in order to make this visualization happen, we should have some common column between the second and third table so that our analytical data can be mapped on the SSRS report data. As of now, we have this two column state name and state code, which is common in both the data set. So we can just map those things in the first table. Whereas the state name column name is same, so it is mapped automatically. The state USPS, we can map it to the respective state code column. After doing this selection, I can go to the next. Where in the next, I can select what is the field I want to visualize. So I want to visualize the field over here, that is my vote count result. So I'm selecting this field over here that I want to visualize a vote count result. And then I can display a color rule, that what kind of color rule I want to apply over here. Let's say I want to apply a color rule that is red and blue. So I'm selecting this. Now when I select this rule red and blue, what is going to happen is whatever distinct result value I have in this column vote count result, those distinct value will be assigned the color red, blue, and they will be displayed on the map accordingly. Here we just have two values, either as a Democrats or a Republican. So one value will be assigned to red color and another will be assigned to the blue color. If you have more than two values, like let's say you have three different parties over here who won the election in a different state, in that case what your SSRS will do is it will generate three different shade of red and blue, and it will assign each of this particular color to each of the party. Okay, here I can display the labels as well if I want to apply. Like let's say I want to display the label where I want to display the state code. So I can just select it over here from accordingly, and I can just say finish over here. Once I say finish, my map visualization is ready, and I can just display it in my report. Once I see this detail over here, if I don't want to display a certain component, I can just delete it from here. Like these are the details which I don't want to display. And this title, I want to display over here at the bottom. So I can just select it over here. After that, I can go and take a preview of the report. So I'm just making it a bit big. And now I'm going and taking a preview of the report. When I take a preview, now I will be able to see that here I have this title box where I have a Democrats represented by red color and Republicans by blue color. And I can analyze by looking at this map that which party has won the election in which particular state. So in this particular manner, you can create your visualization on the SSRS, and you can create a map report accordingly. That's all I want to just cover in this demo. So thank you for watching this video. Happy learning, and see you again in the class. Thank you.